Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, Out of Voice Radio. So today, I am bringing you news of Japan's next Pokémon trading card game set, and it's looking pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. It is, probably to nobody's surprise, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and it does not take a genius to figure out that this is clearly a tie-in to the upcoming Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon games. Now, we're getting the games on November the 17th, which annoyingly is the same weekend as the European International Championships. So that's a little bit upsetting, but hey-ho. And this set is going to be released in Japan on December the 8th. So, not too long to wait at all. Although given that we're getting Crimson Invasion in November, this will be our February set, almost certainly releasing in the first week of February. So we've got a little bit longer to wait. One of the most interesting things about this set is that it's going to feature 78 cards per set. Now in Japan they actually get all these big sets as twos. So Pokemon Sun and Moon was released as Sun and Moon, whereas this is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The interesting thing is, each of the Sun and Moon sets only had about 50 cards each, whereas Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are having 78 each. And that's not including secret rares. To put that in perspective, Primal Clash was the last one this big in Japan. It actually was released as two sets, Gaia Volcano and Tidal Storm, which added up to 160 cards in total, including secret rares. This one is going to be 156 before the secret rares. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a monstrously large set full of a whole bunch of Pokemon. Now, the downside is we don't actually know what these Pokemon are going to be. Now, it's fair to assume that the mascots of the game are going to be in there. They're clearly Solgaleo and Lunala. They are clearly fused with Necrozma to make some fancy new forms. So there's almost certainly going to be a Ultra Solgaleo GX and an Ultra Lunala GX. We don't know what the forms are called, but I feel pretty confident in calling them Ultra forms. But then again, these are different, these are special, these are the mascots for new games. Maybe they won't just be regular GXs. Maybe there will be something else going on instead, which will introduce a new mechanic into the game. Now, I am, of course, completely guessing here. I could be completely wrong. But, I mean, it seems to make sense, does it not? But that's literally all we know. We know they're called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We know they're going to be very large sets having 78 cards each, plus secret rares. And we can assume that they're going to be focused around the new Solgaleo and Lunala. But that really is all that we know for the moment. Now, as I tend to do when I look at these new sets nowadays, it's worth doing a little bit of a timeline so we can keep this all in check. So Sun and Moon 4, which is called Crimson Invasion over here, but in Japan, as always, is split into two sets, the Awoken Hero and the Transdimensional Beast. They are being released on September the 15th in Japan, which is very close. That's next week, which means we're going to have new cars to talk about soon, which is wonderful. And then remember that Japan has little mini sets after each of its sets. So that means that they're going to be getting Sun and Moon 4 Plus GX Battle Boost, which is going to be released on October the 20th. Now, here's the interesting thing. Sun and Moon 1 Plus came in our Sun and Moon 2 Guardians Rising. Sun and Moon 2 Plus came in our Sun and Moon 3 Burning Shadows. But Sun and Moon 3 Plus is actually Shining Legends, which we're getting as our own set. So we were thinking, hang on a second, does that mean we're going to be having some smaller sets? Well, I think it's safe to say that our Sun and Moon 5, the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which will probably just be called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to be honest, is going to be a very large set indeed, so don't worry ladies and gentlemen, we are not being hurt. In terms of a US-Europe release date, it's much simpler. We have got Crimson Invasion, which is currently listed for November the 4th release, which doesn't make much sense because they're usually released on a Friday, so I'm kind of hoping it will be the Friday. But anyway, listed as November the 4th. We've then got Shining Legends, which is going to be releasing in its own set, so to speak, like a Mewtwo pin collection, a Zoroark pin collection, etc. You're not just going to be able to go and buy booster packs, and that's going to be in sets starting in October, and then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon will be our February set. So, now you know. I like telling you about new sets, and the feedback I've gotten implies that you guys like hearing about them. so I'm going to continue to do so. But you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Click that like button. Make me happy. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter @TheWassy and check out twitch.tv/PTCGRadio for some live action. We're going to be doing a stream at 7 p.m. tonight, playing some post-rotation decks. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, if you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.